Technically I should wait for the official translation, given the fact that I'm not anymore a good reviewer. It's not that I ever was, it's just that maybe I should do that in order to really get the chapter going. Maybe I'll do that from now on. I'll wait for a real review depending on what kind of chapter there is and depending on what it can see. It's just that this chapter is so simple to explain that I don't really think I have to wait for it all. And also, I thought I wasn't going to review it, but there was some glimpses of hope here, and there are some things that has to be talking about. So hi for those who are watching. This is the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer, although I mostly just review Eden Zero nowadays. But yeah, this is the One Piece of it all, 1009. Just one before we're 1010. First of all, a cover page. Winter, even though we are entering spring, we see a winter thing of the Straw Hats. Yes, even Jinbei. That's good. Eating at a shrine. And here's the funny thing. We see Tama as well as that teapot tanuki. Actually, Oda revealed for a very long time ago that a teapot ate a devil fruit that was the bucket tanuki or something like that. And I was just saying, why? Of everything, why? Such an amazing fruit being eaten by a inanimate object. It cannot even boil tea anymore. Well, it is what it is. But yeah, it seems to be interesting at all. Oh yeah, and Kamoichi is also there. Is this meant to imply that Tama is going to join us in Prentice? I'm not going to be one of those guys. Either way, elsewhere, Orochi has actually had a run-in with the Nine Red Scabbards. Here's the funny thing. They don't even seem surprised that he's alive. Yes, they are angry, but it's not like, what? No. The one who's doing that is, of course, Orochi. As the coward he always is, he immediately cowers. Although he also arrogantly says that he believes he can handle them himself. Mostly because, well, Kaido roughed them up. And he says that, as he also mocks Denjiro for everything else, he enters his Orochi form, and the Nine Red Scabbards just cut off every single one of his heads. Just like that. And, well, I think we should once again not believe that Orochi is dead. But the fact that they cut off his head just like that, in a way, that is actually satisfying. Don't get me wrong, I am still not happy that he hasn't gotten what he deserves. He deserves something much worse than death. But I'm actually beginning to wonder, can even Orochi die? And I'm not saying that because he's a cockroach that just refuses to die. No, I'm saying that maybe there's something more that we're not seeing. After all, we still don't know how he quote-unquote survived against Kaido. What I'm trying to say here is that when Orochi enters his Yamamoto mode, he's sprouting his heads, and there were some people who were theorizing that maybe one head was missing and that's how he survived. Granted, I cannot see fully in this chapter on actually how many heads he does. How many heads did a Yamato now have? 9? Whatever, you tell me. And the thing is, either way, the theorists are saying that one head should have been missing, and that's saying how he survived. But now all the scabbards cut off all of the Hydra heads. So I'm just saying, if he survives this, then how did he survive this? Also, for the first time, we actually see the backside of Orochi's form. It seems that he actually has legs in that form as well. So, yeah, they just cut him off and then immediately say, we don't have time to waste on the lives of you. You will be judged in hell. That's just how little they thought of him. And that is actually a satisfying way to say it to Orochi. Because he is not even fit to be licking the boots. Yes, I know, he deserves punishment. He deserves punishment! But it's still very wonderful to see that this just fully confirms it. The threat is not Orochi, it's Kaido and Kanjuro. They are the threat. Orochi is nothing more than trash, and he was always meant to be trash. But the real funny thing is that Fukuroshoko, who actually has been by Orochi's side, was even willing to fight the scabbards, and now even fights them. And so Kaido and he faces, no, sorry, Raizo, and he decides to face off. Because, you know, a long time ago, there was a line that was dropping like that, something like Raizo was Fukuroshu's ninja rival in ninja skills. And as soon as that happened, everyone, including me, thought, oh, they're gonna face off, and now they're finally gonna do it. But here's also something else we have to point out that is even more what? And that is Fukuroshu seems to legitimately be loyal to Orochi. I mean, yes, he's an unscrupulous backstabber. After all, he backstabbed the Kusuki clan, and he was even willing to join the Beast Pirates. But as soon as Orochi was alive, he immediately went back to his side, and maybe he even knew that Orochi was alive. Raizo himself comments that he's surprised someone like Fukuroshu is showing devotion, and although Fukuroshu just mocks him, saying that he is surprised of Raizo's devotion. I'm just saying that for a scum like Fukuroshu to show such devotion to an utter garbage trash like Orochi, that is kind of strange. Why? Is he really that bleak? Is he really that evil? Or is it just a ninja's duty? In a way, it is almost awesome. Awesome in a pathetic sense, don't get me wrong, but it's almost awesome that someone is actually willing to be that loyal to Orochi. Or is there something else in that reason? I don't know. It's a misguided loyalty. But hey, Fukuroshu is a misguided character. No, not technically a misguided character. It's a scum of a character. So whatever reason, he just may be a pure sadism. It don't matter. Next, we're going back to the root. As it turns out that the reason why Trafalgar Law hasn't been able to teleport Big Mom away is because the Haki is blocking that. Something that Smoker said a very long time ago. And so Kaido and the Big Mom, for some very strange reason, actually decides to do a combo attack. For some people that hate each other, why are they working so well together? I'm actually wondering that. And then they create attack. I don't know the official translation for it. Maybe it's called Ocean Sovereignty. Either way, it's implying that it's some kind of amazing things of it all. And it's a massive, massive attack that even creates a shockwave at all. And Zoro temporarily managed to block it. In fact, and then it says to the others to just run away or something like that, or just block it. The fact that he managed to block it that long is very amazing of Zoro. But once again, Oda, you show badassness on Zoro, but not on Sanji. Yes, I am throwing a Sanji moment in here because this is such bias. It is not even funny. Because the thing is, Zoro is meant to be a badass character. That is the fact. Still, the favoritism is extremely big. He managed to block an attack by Big Mom here. And also there's something else in this situation that I actually don't really see fully. I mean, he temporarily managed to divert or block an attack by Big Mom. And the fact that he's so serious that he for once screams when he holds that thing. There's something here that is happening, though, that I cannot fully see. And that is that when I think Law manages to, teleport them away, it almost looks like the sword that Zoro has in his mouth is broken. Is that an artist error, or did his sword, this sword that he has been holding since the very beginning of the series, the sword that is a promise to Quina, did that sword really just get caught, or is that just some kind of drawing error that I'm not fully seeing? I don't know. Either way, Zoro managed to block that quick temporarily. Also, this chapter finally confirms that Kaido has both of observation and Busou. And I know what you're saying. Oh, dude, come on. He's a Jonko. If a Jonko didn't have Haki, that would have been strange. I mean, he had Conqueror, so of course he would have that one. Yes, you are completely right. The thing is, someone has to see that haki before it's confirmed, okay? And the thing is, because he says here he hears the voices, and he also does a black lightning attack on Luffy later on as a sign of Busu. Either way, Zoro managed to temporarily block that. Although not much time. Luffy then charges at Kaido, tries to do an attack. Kaido dodges, and Luffy just taunts him, saying, "Is it because it would hurt?" So no matter what, on how much he is outclassed by Kaido in physical limits or anything else to that fact, he takes every single moment as a positive sign. The fact that Kaido dodged may not even be because it will hurt him. It just dodged because it's natural to him. Or maybe he did block because he do it. Either way, Kaido just punches him away. Luffy can barely block that. And then it's also revealed he can do his Bodo breath now in his hybrid form as well. Also, we see a clearer view on his hybrid form. And now, for the first time, it actually looks a little bit more badass. And that is the fact that he actually has a tail in this form. Meaning he can temporarily fly up on that tail. And does a new attack. The official translation, I don't know. It's called Freedom's Ragnarok. And that is the attack that shows that he has the haki. So what are the rest of the supernovas going to do? Well, they do an attack to temporarily get Big Mom out of the way. Although I have a very big feeling this is not going to get her out of the way. But I have to admit, the fact that the Jonko could team up so well, the fact that the supernovas did as well is impressive. Either way, it begins with Kid creating a metal box, while he cannot shambles away Big Mom, shambles away Zeus right inside of the box. Being a metal crater and he's made of electricity, maybe he cannot be trapped. And so Zoro, despite being a bit wounded out, also it seems that his sword is not broken. Yeah, it's not broken. It was an artist error. That's what it was. Together with Killer, managed to separate the Prometheus and Napoleon. Killer attacks Napoleon, while Zoro makes sure that it cuts off Prometheus of it all. Of course, Big Mom is not a threat. I mean, sorry, Big Mom. I was saying wrong. Big Mom is still a threat, even with those. Out of the way. Even Kiddo fires off harpoons. He just bounces off. The fact that he doesn't even have them cloud in haki is kind of strong. So he punches Kid right in the face. But it's worth noting that despite doing that, Kid can still grab onto Big Mom's arm and does a repel by taking away part of his metallic arm and launches her in the air. So I have to give props here to Kid as well. I hate Kid, not because he doesn't live up to his character, but because he is not meant to be on Luffy's level. Luffy is supposed to be the strongest of them all. But I wouldn't even mind if he dies here. That's just how little I think of him. And I don't need any powerful rivals on Luffy's side. But I have to give props for Kid here is that while Big Mom, for some strange reason, didn't use haki when she punched Kid, she still punched Kid right in the face in the ground. And Kid still had power enough to grab the arm and thus the repel. Do you have any idea how strong his durability has to be if he managed to tank that? Or maybe it wasn't the most strongest punch Big Mom did. Again, it had no haki in it, but still, that is kind of impressive. So, and then by launching her in the air, Law does the tacto by firing a bullet that sends her flying away. Of course, none of these attacks hurt Big Mom, but that was not their plan. They knew they couldn't hurt Big Mom. For some strange reason, they can't not hurt her! I'm getting so mad about that. But what they did, though, is that Onigashima is in the sky. And Big Mom has not her homies with her. The same homies that allows her to fly. And also, a lot of people are going to complain about this because they seem to do it so easy. But I'm just saying it like this. People. For the last time. Big Mom is all brains. No brawn. She can easily be outwitted through brain power alone. And also, it's not even explained yet if this is gonna get her out of the way. This is a shonen manga, and Uda has trolled us so many times. I don't think she's out of the way. So what am I trying to say? Well, basically, the rock pushes Big Mom outside of the skull of Unigashima, meaning that now, since she doesn't have neither Prometheus or Zeus, she can't fly away, meaning that she will fall right into the ocean. Or at least that's what the chapter is implying will happen. Will it happen? Nah, I don't think it will happen. Why do I think it will not happen? Well, it's Big Mom. And I'm not saying that because she's badass. No, she is worthless. She is scum and she needs to die. In a way, though, this is actually kind of a humiliating way for a Yonko to go away. You didn't even defeat her. You just threw her into the ocean. But that's just the point. You threw her into the ocean. Granted, she hasn't landed in the ocean yet. But still, this is a shonen manga with trolling moments. There's absolutely no way Big Mom is going to fall into the ocean. And even if she did, you have to remember that she fell into the ocean when King pushed the thing in, and for some very strange reasons, she washed up on Wano. Is this meant to do the same thing? You know, her crashing into the ocean, then waking up on the Wano's beach, and then just having amnesia? Is that what is about to happen now? Or is it very likely that Pero is going to see his mother fall down, and then going to use his extremely versatile candy to somehow catch her? What is actually going to happen? Or maybe Big Mom just had a secret up her sleeve. Maybe she can turn her kimono into a magic carpet and then fly away. No, seriously, maybe she can. After all, as worthless as Big Mama is, and as scummy as she is, her soul flute is extremely versatile in creating minions, you know. Now that I think about it, didn't she create more minions before? One of them can save her. So yeah, I do not think Big Mom is out of the picture. Do I want her to be out of the picture? Hell yes! She is an eyesore! And the people need to win already! But that's basically this chapter. Orochi was scum, as usual. Worthless one at that. Kaido is showing some badass moments, although I hate it. The supernovas work very well together. And what is the final thing to say? Big Mom was trying to be thrown into the ocean. We'll see about how that happens. But there was something else. Well, yeah, it was, of course, Zoro manages to temporarily block an attack by Yonko. The fact that he couldn't block it completely pisses me off. He is supposed to be the strongest swordsman. Yes, I complained that Uda is showing favorism here. But still, that the fact that he couldn't block the attack just shows further he is not near that level yet. But it also may imply that he is reaching it. So that's basically this chapter. You can give me your thoughts if you have any.